Greetings, builder, and welcome back to the Lapis Kingdom. I am the Blue Regent, and today we've got a couple big projects to work on. We're going to be working on a fisherman's hut of sorts to hide an AFK fishing farm in, and we're also going to work on a library that I want to set up an enchanting room in, but more importantly, in the basement of it, I want to put a nether portal. So we've got a lot of big stuff to work on, so if you're ready, grab your work boots, grab your tools, let's do it. So the first thing that I want to work on today is going to be the fisherman's hut. And I know I want to put it over here somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure where yet. I'm kind of thinking maybe in here. I kind of think that maybe I'll dig this sand out a little bit and have like a walkway coming down and kind of build it off of here, because then it won't disrupt my weird sugarcane thing I have going on here. I think maybe this is how I want to do this. Or do I want to go over one more block in both directions? I think I do. Like if I widen it, one block here, widen it one block here, and then carry it out one more. I think I like that better, and I think the reason I wanted to make it a little bit bigger is for the same reason as kind of what we talked about with the house, the initial house that we built, which is it's really easy to build stuff small in Minecraft. At least that's kind of how I'm starting to feel more and more about building, is it's really easy to just make everything small, and then once you get inside, it's then hard to decorate it because everything feels real cramped. And obviously there are all sorts of ways that you can really jam pack a building with stuff, but I don't really want to do that. I want to make the houses feel a little more comfortable, just because I think it ultimately will look nicer if everything has like a little bit bigger of a feel. So I'm going to get like a foundation set for this, and we're going to work up from here. So I changed the wood of the base to spruce, mostly because I like it being a little bit darker at the bottom. Plus I wanted to put these like some kind of stone footing, and I'm not sure if I want to use, like, I like the way the stone brick walls as footings look, but I don't know if I'm going to stay with it. For this fisherman's hut, it may turn into cobblestone walls. I'm not sure yet. I really like the idea of like coastal buildings having this kind of thing on any support structure. And again, the spruce is just to kind of like create a little bit of a contrast, since oak is going to be one of the main colors that pops up a lot in the buildings. I didn't want this to just be basically an all oak building, so I wanted a darker colored wood for the base. Okay, so this is what I have for the base so far, and I think I'm going to do like a wraparound dock around here. I think I'll do like a walkway and have it like work its way down to the water using slabs. And the reason that I want to use slabs is I want to be able to build on them. I know a lot of people like to use extinguished campfires, and I like to use extinguished campfires too, but maybe I might want to be able to build on it a little bit. And so I think I'm going to use slabs and kind of just like walk my way down. Yeah, like a little wraparound walkway that'll take me down to the water down here. So far, I think I like this. I think I like this idea of like just like a little catwalk that comes around here and then slowly works its way down. So I decided to change the wood that I was using for the walkway that goes down to the dock here to jungle wood. And the main reason I decided to do that is I think I want to fill all of this gap in here with oak planks. And the reason I want to do that is I kind of want this particular building to look like perhaps this is a slightly lower class building than the house that was built up more towards the middle of the town. And also it kind of maintains the theme of using oak wood throughout the town. So now that I have this generic kind of shape figured out, I think I'm going to use some more oak logs here to get kind of a support beam coming across just like this. And then I think I might carry it up a little bit farther with oak, or actually maybe I wonder how birch would look from the top, at the top here. Do I like that? I think I do. I think I do, but this is flat. This is a very flat surface, and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the roof on it and then see what I can do to keep this from being such a flat, I'm going to keep saying flat, such a flat building. Okay, so this is the roughest version of this, and you know, I don't hate this. I just want it to have some character, and I just don't feel like it does right now. It's a completely flat building with no real dimension, or not dimension, with no depth to it. So I think I'm gonna play around with adding some fences and maybe some trapdoors and see if I can kind of beef it up a little bit and make it feel just a little more built up. Okay, so here is the, for now, final version of this building. I think I like it. I think that I might want to do some more with some more blocks when we get access to more blocks later on. But for now, I think I like this. I might throw some, actually I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to throw some stone buttons on these as if they're kind of just like used to hold these spots together. Adds a little bit more depth. Doesn't do anything, but it just adds a little bit more depth to everything. And I think I like this. This might ultimately get changed into cobblestone walls, just because this is like just a normal fisherman shack. If this was like a merchant dock office, then maybe the stone brick walls. So this might change, but overall I think this is what we're gonna go with for now. I think I'm gonna throw these on here too. Just one more. Really? Just one more decoration. Adds a little bit more color to everything. Yeah. I think I like this. It's little, and so I don't know. The smaller it is, the harder it is to give it a lot of the depth and everything. And ultimately this building is just going to have an AFK fishing spot in it, and that's all it does. So it doesn't need an interior because its whole purpose is to hide an AFK fishing location. So it doesn't need an interior. Hi, cows. The next thing that we're going to be working on is a library for the village, and the point of that is going to be, I want somewhere that we can set up both an enchanting table and another portal. So the nether portal is probably going to go in the basement, and the enchanting table is going to be in the rest of the library. And because this particular building doesn't have any villagers stuck in it right now, I'm going to tear this down, and this is going to be transformed into the village library. So here is the base layer of what is going to be the library, and it's not a lot to look at right now, but again, we're still sticking with this kind of like gray and oak theme here, and I'm starting to bring in some of the smooth stone to kind of break up the stone, like the stone bricks. And I think I'm gonna want some pillars. I think I'm gonna want some pillars on here, and I think for those I might use polish andesite. How much different does that look from everything else? Not a ton. The pillars will come, but basically this is gonna be kind of like an outside porch kind of situation, and then you'll come in through here. I think I want it to be like a 3-block door, and then this is going to be essentially where the enchanting area is, and there'll be bookshelves and stuff around here as well. So to kind of carry over the color scheme started by the very first house, the gaps in the walls are going to be filled in with diorite. And again, this idea is to kind of look like it's plaster that would go over a lesser stone. Really to just kind of make it look like they built it with an affordable stone and then plastered over it. Or maybe not even an affordable stone, but possibly like a lighter stone. Some types of sandstones are lighter than other types of sandstones, and so, you know, depending on how much manpower you have and also what's available to you in an area, you are gonna build with what you have. And so maybe the stone that they've built with is a lighter sandstone. It's easier to haul, or maybe it's just what's nearby. And then to kind of improve the overall look of it, they'd paint like a light plaster over it to keep moisture out, to keep bugs from nesting in the cracks that would exist in the stone, and also just gives like what they would feel a nicer appearance. I really could use a spider spawner farm right now. The volume of string that I have, I'm afraid to use it yet, just because if an AFK fishing farm is going to be getting going, I want to make sure that I have string available for fishing rods until I can get mending that I can throw on the fishing rods. So for now, I'm holding on to all of my string just because I'm afraid of using it all up. So I think this is going to be kind of how this interior part of the wall is going to look. So at all of these points where the two different kinds of stone are going to meet, I'm going to use these chiseled stone blocks to kind of break up the overall pattern again. And part of the reasoning of that is, once again, I don't want to stand back and for this to look like this is flat. It's a flat surface, but I don't want it to look even more flat because I have one texture going on there. So this kind of helps break up the texture while still staying consistent within the palette, simply because you have this like square shape, and then you have these long rectangles, and then a square, long rectangles, and that kind of just helps break this up. So here is the basic wall setup for this. Now, eventually this is going to be filled in with books and everything. I think for now I want to use spruce logs to represent like internal supports. And then I think I want, let's see, I think I'll do, I'll come this way. Let's see, do I want this to be 2 stories? I think I do. Let's find out. So I'm gonna come up this way. Do I want to do this? Do I want this to be a 2-story building? I don't think I do. I don't think I want this library to be a 2-story building. I think I want it to stay 1 story for now, and these can just be little like book alcoves, I guess. Do I want to carry this all the way across? Oops. And then if I do I want these? Sometimes making this decision is hard. I think I don't want this middle part. I think that's what I don't want. And then I'll extend the vertical posts up, and they can kind of help be an internal support, like an additional support. Obviously, the building it has these strong stone ribs, and so the wood is more of just like an additional support. I think that's how I want to do that. And then maybe I can throw buttons. Yeah, that's how I want to do that. Yeah, I think I want it to look like that. Do I want these stripped? I think I do. Because they're inside, I think I want them to be stripped versus outside logs usually being just normal logs and still having the bark on them. There we go. Now, does that blend in too much with the oak? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think I like that. And then there'll be books along the wall here. And then here. This is kind of, see, this is why I like to make buildings bigger. I am a little bit limited on space, and I'm still trying to operate on a like economical thought process with my blocks until I get like all my generators going and everything. And I just wish I wish I'd make this bigger. However, this is a starter library. You know, I'm not looking to get like top level enchantments out of this. I'm not trying to like game the system doing that, which I know sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy that I'm not trying to go straight for top tier enchantments. I just want to be able to enchant stuff. That's all I want. So I'm trying to figure out, I kind of want to have two like small awnings, almost like these are areas that people can sit on and relax. And I think I want to use something smaller. Stone brick walls, maybe? This is smaller. I also have andesite walls. So I'll build this one up with andesite. This one up with stone brick. Which of those do I like more? Well, what I should do... I don't know. I kind of like them both, to be honest. So what I might do, you know what I could do? This can be the andesite side, and this can be the stone brick side, and I'll let you tell me. You tell me which you like better. Let me know in the comments below which side you prefer. Do you prefer this andesite wall side, or do you want to continue the stone bricks and have that be what carries through? It's no wrong answer. You tell me. So these little patios here, I think I'm actually going to bring the roof around the front like this. And I think these are going to have almost little like dome tops on them. So I think I'll want this, not that. This kind of action here. No, I want these here. Then can I put this here? Like that. I think I want kind of this action happening here. Then I'll repeat that on the other side. And I know I want those there. So make this kind of U shape. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's got kind of like these little front covered patio things. And it'll kind of help break up the roof line a little bit as well. Okay, so I got this started, and I noticed that unintentionally, I have this cool little like break happening in the roof. So there's actually going to be like almost 3 different roof designs happening here. And sometimes I find that that's the best part of building, is when you start to realize that you've accidentally done something that's going to have kind of a neat appearance. Sometimes when I'm working on a building and I'm not 100% sure what the ultimate appearance is going to look like, I kind of do like I get to a point where I can start working on the roof, And once the roof is completed, then that's when I kind of double back and figure out how I want to do the rest of the walls. And that is simply because if I try to force the walls to happen and I'm not 100% sure what I want them to do yet, sometimes I can end up forcing my hand on making a roof a certain way. And so this way, I got to an idea. I know how I want the roof to be shaped. I like these less sloped roofs for now. And so if I were to try to finish the walls, I could end up making it too steep, which then I would have to figure out how do I go up at less of an angle while still trying to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish originally. And so, this way I can figure out exactly the shape I want my roof to be and then kind of double back. And it doesn't always work with every type of building. Sometimes you have to finish the body of the building before you can put the roof on. But anytime essentially what style of roof you're doing, if you find yourself stuck on what the body of the building is supposed to look like, get yourself to a point where you can start building the roof and put that on. And once you do that, then you can go back and kind of work out the rest of the body from there. So now that I've got this roof done, I can come back down and kind of figure out what's going to happen in here. For now, I think this is how I want the front of this to look. It still feels a little flat, and I'm going to have to work on that. But for now, I think this is how I want this to look. I wonder if I did diorite walls on the second floor and have that recessed a little bit. I wonder if that would work. Well, I could leave. Let's find out. I don't know. This build is tougher than I thought it was going to be. But I like the direction it's headed. There's some stuff I want to change on it. I did end up going with walls on the upper part, and that does help a little bit with depth. It does create like some shadows up top, and I really like that.
I also, much earlier, switched this base of the foundation around to this is an upside down stair, which kind of, again, helps a little bit with... Just right into that building. Helps a little bit with...
Just kind of like breaking up the texture. I think as the town changes, the outside of this is going to change. Right now I'm kind of butting up against this road, which doesn't need to exist, but it's here. And since it's here, I think for now I'm making decisions based on not wanting to crash into this. And that's fine. This is a work in progress. This whole village is a work in progress. And so I think for now, this is mostly done. It's going to get the job done. You come in here, I've kind of got like these wooden supports in the ceiling, but I like the ceiling being exposed because it just makes everything feel a little bit more open, and it's going to get really cramped in here as soon as I start putting bookshelves in here. So I want this to have this openness going on, and so I'm going to leave that how it is for now. But this building's whole purpose is to store an enchanting table, and then underneath is going to have a nether portal. I want nether quartz so I can get observers, so that I can start getting pumpkin and melon and sugarcane farms going. And so this building is a work in progress, but for now it's done. Although, do I like that in the corner? How about now? Okay, so I threw the chiseled stone bricks up in these corners, and I do think I like that. And I think if I ever wanted to do a more official library, I think I would have a dome at the back, like in the very back there, and that could be like a library, like an official library. Because the main thing, a thing that I haven't talked about in a while is this village is to help me get started on building much larger building projects. So there is a possibility that at some point in time, far down the road, this village is going to get bulldozed. You know, I like how that looks back there. I do like how that looks back there. It might sound like I don't, but I do like where it's going. So yeah, so let me know in the comments if you're a bigger fan of the brick wall side or the andesite wall side, and that's what both will be. With the fisherman's hut done and the library done for now, that is going to be it for today. We've got a couple more projects coming up in the next couple weeks, and also we're going to be changing what day the building episodes air. The building episodes normally air on Wednesdays, but starting next week they're going to move to Fridays, and that is because as we get closer to finishing this village as far as being a resource production site, we're going to be adding a third day to the channel, which is going to be a planning day. So the episodes are actually going to go survival, planning, building, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So starting next week, to help make room, we're moving the Wednesday building episodes to Friday. Until then, I look forward to seeing you next time in the Lapis Kingdom. Bye.